Just gonna go for a little bit. See if anybody shows up. Anyone at all. Oh my god, do I have 2 live streams happening at the same time? That is weird. Nope, that one is not supposed to be on. What's up, Prime Time with Steve and Joyce? What's up, bro? What's up, Reaper? What is up, everybody that's watching, wherever you're watching from? This is your host of the most, Philly Jim. Coming to you guys a live stream right now. I don't usually go live by myself. It's kind of like it's kind of a lot harder when you don't have like someone else to like continue to have a conversation with. But I decided that I just wanted to go live for a little while. What's up, Big Play Slay? And I just want to talk to you guys and talk about the news of like all the stuff that's been going on this week. I made a few videos this week about the stuff that's been going on. But you know what? It's been tough. It's been tough. Yo, TJ. What's up, fam? I just want to say thank you guys. Well, I think I already did the live stream. Thank you guys for helping me get to 1,400. We're going to keep working on it and keep going on up in the world, man. So it's great stuff. So I guess we could start with the Zach Ertz news. The Zach Ertz news, him breaking his silence was really interesting. I feel like Zach Ertz he's been a stand-up guy. He hasn't been making a lot of noise about wanting out of Philly, trying to force a trade and screw the team over. He hasn't really been saying anything, so I do respect his professionalism in that regard. But I respect his professionalism also in another way. He's not really... How do I put it? I remember when Ertz was drafted in 2013 in the second round, you know, coming out of Stanford. Everyone was talking about him being, you know, the future tight end of the team, you know. And Brent Selleck was still here at the time. And Brent Selleck was still a pretty good starting caliber tight end, you know. But Brent Selleck was on the backside of his career. And yes, TJ, Thomas Pope in the comment section talking about your Philly Gym merch. You guys can definitely check it out if you want. There's pretty much just shirts up there, but I think at some point I'll add more stuff. But back to what I was saying. Selleck was on the backside of his career, and he decided, you know what? I'm not really that guy anymore. So I'm going to be doing my best to pass my knowledge on to this young guy who's an ascending player. You know? And that's what he did. He did, and he was very helpful. And Selleck actually stayed with the team for a number of years after that, and even retiring after 2017 season. And so, you know, at least Brett Selleck was able to get a ring. But you know what? He slid into that role where he was helping Ertz come along. And now Ertz is in the opposite role now. He's in opposite role now. So he's going to be helping Goddard try to continue to grow his game and get better as a player. You know, and, you know, just serve it like in that leadership role on the team. He's one of our leaders. He's one of our veterans. So I do respect the class that Zach Ertz is showing. I do respect the professionalism, and I feel like he's going to be an asset to the team going forward. So good for Ertz. I'm glad that he was able to put the past behind him, move on, and, you know, try to do something to help the team out, you know. So I think it's really good stuff what Zach Ertz is doing right here. So, definitely major respect to Ertz in that regard. So, staying with the tight end position, talk about Dallas Goedert. And probably the biggest surprising news for me of this entire week. You had trade rumors about him possibly going to the Minnesota Vikings. And I don't know about any of you guys, but that shit really, really, really surprised me in the worst way, man. I was just like, it didn't make any sense. I mean, if they're trying to trade one of their tight ends, you would almost assume that they're trading Ertz because Goddard is younger. He's the better player at this point in their careers anyway. And, he's the one they want to go with moving forward. But much to my surprise, they had him in trade talks. And it was almost a done deal, but obviously the Eagles were asking for probably a little too much, a little too high of an asking price in that regard. So it was very weird. It was very uncomfortable. But this is the way I see it. I feel like it was more or less of like a leverage move. Because they Howie Roseman and the front office, well, mainly just Howie Roseman, he's always looking to rip off another team. Well, not necessarily rip them off, but possibly get the most compensation he can possibly get. And I feel like that's what was happening here. I feel like if Carson, he's looking at the situation like this. If Carson Wentz stays healthy, doesn't get kicked off the team, or not get kicked off the team, but miss games for any other health-related reason beyond just injuries, and I'll leave that and let you guys decide what I'm talking about. But if he stays healthy and does the things that he has to do to get 75% of the snaps, and the Eagles get a first-round pick for him, that's 3 first-round picks. So I feel like he was trying to hose Minnesota out of their first-round pick. And I think that's what he was trying to get for Goddard. I feel like he offered Goddard. He said, look, you can have him, but we're not taking anything less than the first. And I think the Vikings hung up on him after that. And that was that. But Howie is looking, if there's a way he can get more first-round picks before the draft, before the 2022 draft starts, and I know we're a long way away from talking about this, try to accumulate even more picks if that's what he can do. So I feel like, yeah, that was the situation here. That's what he was doing, and it didn't work. It didn't work, and kind of thankful it didn't work because I feel like Goddard is one of our pieces that we're building this team around moving forward. You kind of have like your offensive core kind of in place already. Miles Sanders, your running back. Jalen Hurts, young quarterback. We want to see him improve and do much better this season. Then you drafted Devontae Smith, and you got Goddard. So you got your quarterback, your wide receiver, your running back, and your tight end kind of all in place. So those are some good pieces that we have that we can build around and see what they can do for the future. So I don't really feel like it was the smartest idea to be putting him on the table for trade talks. But I understand that Howie Roseman was trying to pull off a leverage move and try to get yet another first-round pick to make it a possible total of 4 in the 2022 draft. Tony Romo thinks Jalen Hurts and the Eagles will have a great season. Yeah, I saw that. He thinks that the Eagles are going to surprise a lot of people this season because, a lot of people are writing us off. They are. Even fans are not having high expectations, which could be a good thing. Because even if you look back to 2017, I'm not saying that the Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl this year like they did in 2017, but when you look at 2017, there wasn't high expectations. There wasn't people saying that, oh man, this team could possibly win it all. Nobody was saying that. People were saying that we had a decent, solid team that could get a wild card spot potentially. But for some reason, the whole team caught fire that year, and that was that. So it just happens sometimes when you don't have high expectations and you prove everybody wrong. And everyone is counting out the Eagles. They're counting out Jalen Hurts. They're counting out Nick Sirianni. They're counting out the whole team. People are looking at what happened last year, winning 4 games, playing pretty terrible. And they're looking at that and they're saying, you know what? They won 4 games this year. So, they'll probably only win 5 or 6 this year. That's how people are viewing us. So, I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't think it's necessarily true. Because you got to look at the whole landscape of the team. What has this team done in the offseason? They've upgraded key positions. Our safety position. At least our starters, anyway. I'll take Anthony Harris over Jalen Mills back there all day. I think Anthony Harris is a smart player. He covers very well. He tackles well. He does the whole 9 yards when it comes to playing free safety. And then Rodney McLeod's coming off a major injury, which is a little bit concerning to me. But he's practicing again, and he's getting back into his groove. So he continues to do that, then at least our starters, I feel like the depth is a little bit in question. If one of those guys is to go down, I think it's going to be tough. Not sure if Kayvon Wallace is going to be able to handle it. I'm not sure if other guys are going to be able to handle that much pressure, but upgraded at corner as well. Steven Nelson is much, much better than anybody that we had playing on the opposite side of Darius Slay all of last season. Avonte Maddox is not an outside corner, so he's able to slide back to his natural position in the slot. So the secondary from a whole is upgraded fully. Last season, we did not have Lane Johnson and Brandon Brooks. Lane Johnson, he would literally come back from his ankle injury. He would literally come back every couple of weeks. They would say, oh, he's going to play. He would play one series, and then he's hobbling off the sideline. He was never 100%. He was trying to play through it. Didn't work. And at the same time, Brooks, he had that Achilles. So we know that Brandon Brooks and Lane Johnson and Jason Kelsey have all played at an all-pro level. They're all 3 very, very good offensive linemen. They're all going to be back. Jordan Mailata has grown into a great starting left tackle. So you know what? This offensive line is really good. Jalen Hurts is coming into a good situation. He has chemistry with Devontae Smith, the Heisman-winning wide receiver that we took in the draft. Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert, one of the best tight end duos in the National Football League. Kenneth Gainwell has been turning heads in training camp preseason. His ability to catch out of the backfield and be very explosive, making plays, it's going to add a new dynamic to the offense. Miles Sanders is going to do his thing. He's obviously been one of our good players, and we need him to step up in a few ways. We need him to be more consistent catching the ball out of the backfield. We can't have him dropping a lot of passes like he did last season. But Boston Scott, Miles Sanders, Kenneth Gainwell, they're going to be able to all do damage. So when you look at this offense, they're going to be able to do some things, man. And the defense has improved in some areas as well. I think our defensive line is just as deep as it's been any of these past couple of years. You got guys like Ryan Kerrigan that's coming off the second unit, and Milton Williams has really impressed too. So I feel like everything is there for the Eagles to be successful. They have to just put it together and be consistent. And I think that they have just as much of a chance as Cowboys do, or Washington, or any team in this division. Not really the Giants, though. I clearly think that the Giants are going to be the worst team without a doubt. Daniel Jones, he does not have what it takes. He is a turnover machine. He's a deer in headlights. He has no pocket presence. He has no awareness. He's just a horrible quarterback, and I think he's going to be the downfall of the New York Giants this year. I think that last year what we saw with Carson Wentz, that is what we are going to see with Daniel Jones, possibly being just as bad or possibly even worse. So I feel like the division's up for grabs. I feel like any of these teams have a shot, with the exception of the New York Football Giants. I don't see that. But I did see Tony Romo. I see his point where he's trying to make. People are sleeping on the team. They think it's the same team that only won 4 games last season. Which I don't really feel like is the fair way to go. I feel like every year it's a new team. There's a new, it's a new coaching staff. It's just like a breath of fresh air. We're not hearing the same old stuff that we've been hearing the past few years. So we have something to look forward to. We have something to be excited about. So yeah, I am very excited about that. So yeah. What else do I want to talk about before too much longer? How about we go to JJ? Because I don't know if you guys saw my video that I did about JJ, but I want to talk about him for a minute. I don't know what to say. TJ is a diehard Cowboys fan, by the way. But no, I think it'll be competitive, but I'm not really sweating over any of these teams. I think any of our teams have a legit chance. But back to what I was talking about. I don't know if you guys did watch my video that I did about JJ. Is 2021 the year of JJ? And I say that rolling my eyes. Because, why should anyone feel that he's going to be any different? I can't think of a reason. Because obviously, however long people look back at the NFL, they're going to see that the Eagles took DK Metcalf over they took JJ over DK Metcalf. They're going to look at that and they're going to say, what the hell are they thinking? And that's a fact. That's never going to change. It's never going to go away. So, is JJ really going to surprise everyone? Because haven't we heard this same song and dance before? Don't you guys remember his rookie season? He had that strong preseason. Remember against the Ravens? He was out there, making all these big plays. He made a big play against the Jets this preseason. That big touchdown down the sideline where he caught the ball in tight coverage and made the other guy miss and, pretty much just ran down the sideline and got the job done. So, you know what? I don't know. I don't know what to say. Did they really see that much in him? Travis Fulgham? Because to me, that's surprising. What's up, Matt? To me, that's really damn surprising, bro. Like, for that to have happened, Travis would have had to been really bad, which according to some, on the other side, JJ would have had to been really good, which some people have said. So, I don't know, man. I'm not at practice every day. I don't know what's going on all the time. So, you know what? It sucks. It sucks that the Eagles are always in these precarious situations with the receivers. You don't know what you're going to get. You don't always know what you're going to get. Other than Devontae Smith, we don't really know what we're going to get. Quez Watkins looks like he's going to take the next step. Is Rager going to have something to prove? I hope so. Because that's another comparison that's always going to be brought up. The whole Jefferson and the Rager stuff. Is he going to be able to do something? I just don't know, man. And JJ, he just seems like the biggest question mark we can have for right now. Because we need a receiver that's going to be like a physical type, jump ball, 50-50 ball type of receiver. That's really what this team needs. Because when you look at the guys we have, a lot of them do similar stuff. Like, a lot of them are just explosive guys. Rager's explosive. Quez is explosive. Devontae he's an elite route runner, but he's also very explosive too. He can make big plays, going deep down the field as well. But you know what? We don't have like that Alshon Jeffrey type of a receiver, like 50-50 ball, just throw it up, and he's going to go up there and make a big play. That's what I'm looking at. So, JJ, we just need a little bit of production. We don't need a whole bunch of shit to happen. So, I hope there's something there. I really do, because if not him or Fulgham, we need somebody to step in that role. I mean, obviously, we still have two really good tight ends. But I do feel like we need another big, tall receiver that's going to be physical and make plays like that. So, JJ, apparently Nick Sirianni is a wide receiver guru. He's been coaching wide receivers pretty much his whole career before he was an offensive coordinator with the Colts. So, can he fix him? I don't know. I don't know if he can. I think he's going to try his hardest. So, it's really what I have to say about the JJ situation, you guys. I don't know how you guys feel about it. But that's kind of where I'm at. I was a big fan of Travis Fulgham, bro. I still am. I just feel like must have just had a rough camp or something. But, if something happens, JJ doesn't do what they want him to do, then Travis will get another chance, bro. He's on our practice squad, so as long as like another team that doesn't. Well, I don't think that we have questions. I just think that they're unproven at this point. I think that we're not concerned about Devontae Smith at all. It's just that Rager and Quez, we want to see them take a big step. So that's really what we're looking at. But I think the offensive unit can do some things, can do some real damage. So I'm looking forward to it at least. But yeah, man, I am looking forward to the season starting next week. On Thursday, the Cowboys and the Buccaneers are going to be getting together for the NFL season opener, which is going to be really damn interesting to see how it all works out with that. So I know TJ will be watching that. I will be watching. But yeah, we're going to have some interesting stuff to talk about next week. I may be bringing on some special surprise guests for an Eagles live stream. Still trying to work on the details, guys, but I have something in the works for sure. Quez tempted you to get the jersey. Yep. Well, if he does good this season, I think a lot of people will probably get his jersey. I do have the Devontae Smith jersey, but I don't know if I'm gonna get any players until at least they prove that they're gonna be the real deal. I did go overboard with the Devontae jersey though. I just felt like I had to have it, and I got it right after the draft. So, yep, that's it. I'll be making my comeback now that football's back. I have a lot to talk about. Well, it's good, bro. Anytime that you want to be a guest on the Gauntlet podcast, which is on Tuesday nights now. It used to be on Fridays, but we moved it to Tuesday because we thought it was better. For those of you guys that don't know about it, yo, what's up, Jock Talk? For those of you guys that don't know or aren't familiar with the Gauntlet podcast, it's on Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock. We pretty much cover, if the Eagles are in the news, then I'm obviously always going to cover them, but everything that's going on in the NFL, any news, rumors, any controversial stuff to speak about, we will be covering that. We also have our player of the week and things like that. And, yeah, we actually announced the winner of the jersey giveaway. Once I hit 1,400, we did it on the Gauntlet on that Tuesday night. So Every 100 subscribers, so meaning when I get to 1,500, I'll do another giveaway. You can barely hear me. Well, I think that my mic is... I think I have the mic volume pretty loud, so I don't know. But like I was saying before, yeah, TJ, you can definitely get you on there and talk about football and whatnot. But yeah, I'm gonna have some surprise guests possibly this week. What made me happy today was Landon Dickerson getting number 69. Yes. I don't know how well you guys can see here in the background. Let me move my big head. That poster back there on the wall. The Devontae Smith, Landon Dickerson. Before, I got the poster a long time ago. Because I don't know if you guys know that I went to high school with Landon, and played high school football with him. So I didn't get the jersey. Yeah, I might get a Landon jersey just because I went to high school with him. But yeah, I got the poster just because it was pretty cool. But he had number 51 when he's coming first to training camp. And that was because Matt Pryor actually had number 69, and Matt Pryor got traded for a 6th-round pick to the Colts. So he got his number back. So I'm happy for Landon. In high school, he did not wear number 69 though. He wore 69 starting when he went to FSU and then transferred to Alabama. But in high school, he was number 54. 54. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was 54. I think one year he was 55, but yeah, he was number 54. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, he had 51, and well, now he's back to 69. So I know people are gonna always make 69 jokes. So, but yeah, Landon is definitely a funny guy, and he'll probably be making the guys laugh a lot. That's why he was wearing his overalls and stuff. I don't know if you guys saw it when he wore the overalls to the one preseason game. Funny guy, man. He's got a lot of personality. He's gonna be really good in this locker room. So, yeah, I'm very happy for Landon getting the number he wants, and hopefully he'll get some playing time. I know he's coming off his injury, so obviously want him to be 100%. But yeah, guys, I think it's gonna be good for Landon working around these guys like Jason Kelsey, Lane Johnson, Brooks, guys that have been all over the league that know a lot about offensive line. Not to be mentioned being coached by the best offensive line coach in the NFL, Jeff Stoutland. So, what number did I wear? Most of my high school I wore number 25, but my senior year in 2012, my grandmother passed away, so I changed to 12 because 2012 was the year that she passed away. So that is why I changed jerseys. But it was just it just meant something to me, and I was trying to dedicate the season to her, and we did have a really good season that year. So yeah, it was that was why I changed to number 12. But have I seen Mind Goblin? No, I have not. I have no idea what the hell that is. I will have to look it up after the stream, though. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm ready to kick some Falcons' ass in week 1. Yeah, I think that we're going to beat Atlanta. I'm not going to really go into everything right now because I'm going to save that for next week when I'm doing preview videos and whatnot. But I think they're very beatable. I think Kyle Pitts is going to obviously be a problem, so we're going to have to figure out how to slow him down. Kyle Pitts is going to be a matchup problem no matter who's playing against him, because if you put a corner on him, they're way too small to cover him. If you put a linebacker or safety, or mainly if you put a linebacker on him, he's too fast. So he's going to be dominating the NFL. But, obviously Julio's not there anymore. So I think it puts more pressure on Calvin Ridley. Is Calvin Ridley really a number one wide receiver? We're going to have to wait and see. Because it kind of reminds me of an Antonio Brown situation. Well, excuse me, Juju Smith-Schuster. Because I remember when Antonio Brown was there, Juju was really putting up big stats, big-time numbers. In these past couple years, when AB hasn't been there, hasn't been good. Has not been good. Why? Because Juju's not a number one. Is Calvin really a number one? We'll see what he does without Julio drawing double coverage. Kyle Pitts is going to draw some attention, but it's going to be tough to deal with. Oh my God, TJ. I did not, I should have known you would make a joke like that, but I will leave that alone. I will. God. All right, you know what? I'm getting really distracted from what I'm talking about, but yeah, dude, I'm not really that scared of the Falcons. I think that the Falcons are beatable. And I do think that we're going to start off the season with a win, but it'll be interesting. It'll be a good game, I think. I actually sent that pic to my mom. Oh, okay. So, guys, if you guys don't mind, before you guys leave, I would appreciate it if you guys would drop a thumbs up on this stream. It would help it out and, push it out there to more people. So, that's really what I want to do. I want to continue to keep on growing and pushing forward. So, yeah, just trying to be one of the best out here. Offensive and defensive lines are going to eat. Yep. Both of our lines are very good. I guess I'm more concerned about the linebackers than any position. Yeah, because not really just because I don't know if they're good, or not necessarily because I don't think that they can possibly do well. I think Alex Singleton will do really well this season. He was an undrafted free agent. He really stepped up into into a role last year. Surprised a lot of people. Was the Eagles' leading tackler. But there's a lot of question marks about T.J. Edwards, Davion Taylor. Eric Wilson's actually a veteran that's coming over from Minnesota. So people are been talking about the prospect of him being one of our better defenders. So I'm hoping that this linebacking core can surprise people and do well, because I think that's really what we're going to need more consistency out of this season. Cornerback concerns you a little bit. Outside of our starting corners, I definitely agree with that. I think that our depth, not our starters, I think our starting secondary is actually pretty good. McLeod and Harris on the back end, and then Steven Nelson and Darius Slay, and then Maddox in the slot. I think it's pretty good. But if one or two guys goes down, if McLeod isn't 100%, if Slay gets hurt, not good. Not going to be good. Our safety depth and corner depth is definitely not the greatest. So we need to pray. Everyone say a prayer. God, please let the Eagles corners and safeties stay healthy. Because if they don't, I honestly, I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to think about it. Better defensive line makes linebackers. And yep, that's absolutely right. That's something that TJ is always talking about. But I think he's become more to the grips with the fact that he could probably outrun Jalen Smith. But he has always said that you need a better defensive line to get a good push up front, so linebackers can shoot through the gaps and make some more plays there. So that is definitely very true, and I think that our defensive line will be just as good this year as they've been in the past. Got a lot of sacks last year. Obviously, we didn't win very many games, so didn't have a whole lot to show for it. Coop, Gallup, and Lamb coming for them ankles. I'm not really that worried about it, honestly, because it goes both ways. I feel like Devontae, Quez, and Jalen will also have something for your secondary. So Jalen Hurts and Dak Prescott could be getting into a big shootout this year. Week 3 in Dallas, and also later on in the season. So whatever it is, but I think Darius Slay will be able to hold his own against Amari Cooper like he has in the past. Steven Nelson got to cover CeeDee Lamb, though. CeeDee Lamb is probably going to have a really good season this year, in my opinion. It's a passing league. We probably only have 2 linebackers on the field the majority of the time. Wilson and Singleton are both solid. Yeah, I agree with that. I think we'll be fine. It's just one area of concern that I have. So glad we threw this sick defense together. Jock, about time. Jalen Reagor, go to bed. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying Rager's going to be a stud, but he'll be better this year. He'll be better this year than he was last season. A lot of people just don't look at the whole landscape of what was going on with the team. But Jalen Reagor is an explosive playmaker that you have to use the right way, and we did not use him the right way. The way that Reagor can be effective is you got to get involved on plays where he can use his explosiveness to get him the ball in space and let him go to work. Get him the ball on some jet sweeps, some end arounds, some screen passes. Get him out on the perimeter so he can outrun some of these slower defenders. That's really where he can do more damage. And we didn't really use him like that. We tried to use him like he was a real number 1 receiver. Didn't really use him to his strengths. So I think that you're going to see these receivers being used more to their strengths because Sirianni is obviously has a history of coaching receivers, like I mentioned earlier during this stream. Carson got Reagor hurt twice. Yeah. Yep, he sure did. Carson has made a lot of throws like that in his career where he'll throw the ball up high above 2 defenders, and then, the receiver just ends up getting smacked down. That benefits Smith more. As I've been saying, get Smith in motion, and he's going to be explosive. Yep. Yeah, I mean, Devontae Smith is an explosive playmaker too. But he brings like the whole package to the table. He's a much better route runner than anyone on our team, really. So I feel like Devontae is always going to be able to win his matchup. But can the other guys, can Quez, Jalen, can they win their matchups? That's going to be the key to really unlocking this offense. I can't wait to see the routes in his game plans. Yep, I think that, and I'm a big Doug Peterson fan. I've always been. I think he was a great players coach. I think that a lot of things happened and a lot of things went downhill after his Super Bowl year. But I just feel like he wasn't the best X's and O's type of a coach. I think Sirianni is more of a X's and O's kind of a coach, and he kind of understands how modern NFL plays should be run. So I think that the X's and O's is going to have a lot to do with what Nick Sirianni puts in his game plans. Only DB locking Smith down is Ramsey. Well, that's major respect coming from TJ, who's a Cowboys fan. He thinks that he was on the Devontae Smith train even during college football season. He actually called it that he was going to win the Heisman. Much before I did. I thought after Trevor Lawrence came back, I thought Trevor was going to put on a show, which he kind of did, And I just thought there was going to be a big quarterback bias. But I was blown away. Devontae, he deserved the Heisman and he wanted. But, yeah, definitely for that. Praying for a healthy season. Absolutely, bro. We cannot go into the season having half our team on injured reserve. This actually, compared to last year, I think we had several starters that weren't even going to be expected to play. All of our starters, as far as I know so far, in case anything happens in the next week during practice, all of our starters are going to be good to go week 1 against Atlanta, in Atlanta. So that's good. We're going to knock on wood and hope that everything stays with that. I do hope Doug is able to find another job elsewhere. I think he deserves it. I think that he's going to take the Mike McCarthy route. I don't think there was a lot of opportunities for him. But I think that he could succeed as a head coach somewhere. I think he is a leader. I think that players will rally around him. But I feel like he has to have some humility for himself, because he's not the genius play caller that he thinks he was. And I think that with him, the way you saw him and Frank Reich work together, was a match made in heaven, because Frank Reich was the perfect guy. He was the perfect, offensive-minded offensive coordinator who understood the game, who understood X's and O's, who understood what plays were going to work, understood how to exploit certain matchups. But with Doug, he was like an aggressive coach. You know, he was always go for it. Sometimes he went for it way too damn much. You guys know that, but that's neither here nor there. But the way Doug was so aggressive with his team, and the way Frank Reich was, putting together these great plays, the two worked very well together. So I feel like Doug, if he does get another opportunity, he has to be smart with the staff that he puts around him, because they're going to help him and the team succeed to the best that they can. So I do think that Doug could get another job as a head coach. If he doesn't, then he'll probably be a quarterback coach, probably be an offensive coordinator, and might get another opportunity a few years down the road. To be honest, the Eagles will look better, but their record won't reflect that. This isn't a knock on your squad. Well, you know what, dude? I think that's your opinion, so I respect it. But I think that we are going to surprise people, and we're going to be a better team than people think that we are. And I do think that we have a lot of winnable games on our schedule. So I hope that this team is able to go out and prove everyone wrong. Doug might go to the Bears and get the Bears job if they suck this year. Absolutely. Might not be the worst situation to go into either. The Bears are not the best team, but they're not probably the worst team. You have a franchise quarterback already there with Justin Fields. So if you can get a good offensive staff around him to help Fields and develop him, you might be able to have something there, which would be really cool to see. So I wouldn't hate it, but I just didn't like the way things were, the way things ended with Doug. I feel like Doug was used as more or less of a scapegoat than anything else. You know what I mean? So I feel like here's how I really feel about it. Basically, Carson Wentz was, as far as between him and Doug, I feel like he was the biggest problem, because I feel like Carson Wentz always felt like he was above the coaching, and they tried to get Carson Wentz to do certain things, and he didn't want to do them because they were Nick Foles plays. Well, hate to break it to you, Carson, the Nick Foles plays is actually what won us the Super Bowl. So, yeah, maybe you shouldn't think that you're some hot shit when you're not, and stop being uncoachable, because that's pretty much what you are. That's neither here nor there. Carson's out of the picture. I also think Howie had a lot to do with the problems that we had. So, honestly, if you're going to fire Doug, fine. I'm okay with it. But you need to fire Howie as well. And that's not what they did. So Howie's here, but his contract is set to be expiring after this year. Is Howie going to get extended? I hope not, because I don't trust him with 3 first-round picks. I would rather get a GM in here. I would love Louis Riddick. If you guys watch Monday Night Football, the guy, I mean, he does have experience at another level as far as he's been involved in scouting departments for a few teams, I believe. So he has the knowledge for the game. He knows how to evaluate players. He's not an accountant, salary cap guru like Howie Roseman is. But that's you get two things. You got to decide which one do you value more. Do you value a guy who's going to be crunching numbers all day? Who's a salary cap guru? Is that really what you're focused on? Because yes, we were in Cap Hill this past year, and he did kind of work around that. So good for him. We're gonna have a lot of cap space next year. We're gonna have possibly 3 first-round picks, and that's if we don't somehow trade anyone else and get another first-rounder. So do I trust Howie with all that stuff? Hell no. And I would love to get someone like Louis Riddick or another guy who can evaluate players at a much higher level than Howie Roseman can. And that's what really can turn this team around. Because if you got a guy who's a football mind that's running this team, they're going to get the right players that we need. They're going to use those 3 first-round picks to the best of their advantage. They're going to sign the right free agents. And, we could end up being a very good team in 2022. So, yeah, I definitely don't want to see Howie Roseman get extended. I wouldn't be shocked if he gets extended, but I hope not. Yep, that's kind of where I'm at as well. And yes, I want Lewis. He was here before too. Yeah, he was a part of our scouting department. Yo, what's up, Further AM? Not much, man. Just chilling out, talking about the Eagles, talking about Mr. Howard Roseman, the man of the hour, who everyone loves and wants to see him get extended for 20 years. Maybe we can use reverse psychology. Maybe we can say we want this guy to stay here for 50 years. Give him a 50-year extension. Give him $1 billion so he can stay with the Eagles for the rest of his life. Maybe if we do that and we stop saying how much we want him to be fired, maybe he'll actually get fired / not extended after the season. Maybe I'm just having a little bit of wishful thinking, but that's really how I feel about it, man. I do not think that we should trust him with 3 first-rounders in the amount of cap space. Somewhere between $30 and $40 million. Keyshawn Johnson, yeah, I heard about him. He's a guy that we added to our practice squad. Pretty decent receiver for the Cardinals. He's got speed, so I don't know, man. He could. A lot of these guys on our practice squad, we're just gonna try to see how they develop and whatnot. TJ says, "Who starts Dalton after seeing what he did with Dallas?" Yeah, I mean, he's not a starter. I'm not sure why they feel he's a starter. Justin Fields showed enough that I feel like he should have won the job, but they decided to go in another direction. Don't give them any ideas. Well, I'm trying to use reverse psychology. Maybe it'll work. 'Cause they never seem to listen to me when I tell them to do stuff. You guys can watch all my old videos. I said that we needed to draft. If CeeDee Lamb and Judy were off the board, and not this past draft, but the draft before, I said, look, if those 2 are not there, take Jefferson. And we did not take Jefferson. So I'm just going on the reverse psychology train. Howie, guy who wasted a 6th-round pick on Jacoby Stevens. Agree. Hope we don't waste a first-rounder next year. Well, shit, forget wasting 1 first-rounder. I hope we don't waste 3 of them. Because that could end up what's happening. I'm from the Fresno State area, and you watch them live. Okay. Well, if they have any good players, definitely let us know so we can tell Howie to not draft them. So then we'll actually end up drafting them. Again, wishful thinking on my part, but I'm just trying to get this team in the right direction. For what it's worth, he broke Devontae Adams records. Yeah, Devontae Adams, he did go to Fresno State. He did. I forgot about that, but I'm not gonna say anything, man. I'm not gonna say anything right now, but it's gonna be really interesting with Green Bay, the last dance. Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, are they both gonna leave Green Bay possibly after the season? Could it be the Devontae and Devontae show in Philly because we are gonna have cap space? Can we go after Devontae Adams, Devontae Smith, and Devontae Adams? Speaking into existence, or don't. Use reverse psychology. Do not sign Devontae Adams. He will ruin this team for years to come. We dodged a bullet by trading for Carson. Yeah, bro. Listen, man, I'm not going to try to make anybody feel bad for not, getting vaccinated. If you don't want to get vaccinated, I guess it's your choice. I can't really say it's not your choice. But you gotta look at it this way. If you're gonna not get vaccinated, you have to think about the way it's not just affecting yourself. A lot of people look at it as they're just affecting themselves, but you're affecting your family. You're affecting all the people you're around. If you're whatever kind of job you work, if you're around people a lot in the office or whatever, then you're affecting them. And Carson Wentz is affecting his teammates because he refuses to get the COVID-19 vaccine. All right, and I really find it funny that this is a guy who gets injured all the time, and he doesn't trust science, and he doesn't trust what doctors are trying to tell him about the vaccine. The vaccine is not dangerous. Nothing's gonna happen if you get vaccinated. Okay? A lot of people are saying, oh, well, they're going to put a micro... You guys should hear some of these conspiracies that people are making up. If you get vaccinated, you're going to get a microchip put in your arm. A microchip? What the hell are you guys... Where are you guys coming up with this stuff? Microchip? If I get a microchip, does it come with free Wi-Fi? Because I pay for Wi-Fi every month. I get free Wi-Fi? A little chip on my arm? I'll take it. But seriously, guys. This shit is so fucking ridiculous. Like, he doesn't realize that if he gets COVID at any point this year, which I hope he doesn't. No matter how bad things Carson Wentz, however bad they ended up with him in Philly, I'm not going to say that I want him to get COVID. Because I'm not that type of person. I'm not going to wish COVID on anybody. But if he gets it, he is going to be a detriment to himself, his family, his entire team. Meaning, he'll cause them to forfeit a game, and everyone forfeits their game checks. Can you imagine if you were working at a job and one guy got COVID and then your boss was like, all right, everyone doesn't get fucking paid this week because one asshole didn't want to get vaccinated. You guys see what I'm trying to say here? It's not, people say it's a personal choice. It probably is to some degree. But when your personal choice is affecting people to this level, you need to be more responsible. And that's what I have to say about the Carson Wentz situation. If some of the things he was saying in his Indianapolis pressers, if that was happening in Philly, I think you guys all know that Carson Wentz would be getting ripped to pieces right now by Philadelphia media. You guys know that the Philadelphia media is very toxic. So yeah, they would be all over him. So let me read some more comments. So TJ thinks Adams is going to sign with the Raiders. Former Fresno State quarterback Derek Carr. Derek Carr? Yeah. Just had to make sure I didn't say David Carr by accident. Because I do that sometimes. Aaron Rodgers is going to Denver. Denver would be a good fit for him, honestly. Elway will probably win a Super Bowl, but proceed to continue to miss on quarterbacks in the draft. Yep, that's pretty much John Elway way. Pretty much just really backing off of Peyton Manning, basically. That's really the only success that the Broncos have had in recent memory. That one year they won the Super Bowl. Peyton Manning wasn't even that good that year. He had the year where he broke the touchdown record. 55 touchdowns in a season with over 5,500 yards passing as well. Had a monster season, only to lose 43-8 to Seattle in that Super Bowl. But you know what? Yeah, the Broncos, they're not really good at drafting or developing quarterbacks, so pretty much just going to sign all-time great QBs. And Aaron Rodgers fits that mold, so I won't be surprised at all. I would love to have Devontae and a sprinkle of Jalen in the Quez show. Yep, that would be awesome. We would have Jalen and Devontae and Devontae. That would be pretty awesome. Sounds nuts to me. The worst thing I have experienced with having COVID, long-term effects, and now suffer from breathing. COVID vaccine stopped. Help, but will always have damage to my lungs. Well, I really hate that for you, bro. I hope your health improves somehow. But yeah, it's really tough when you have to deal with things like that. Absolutely. They would shred him to pieces within a blink of an eye. Absolutely, man. This is the point I was making earlier. If all this stuff he was saying, you guys know how the media is. I mean, if you guys were, I don't know if you guys saw the news clip from obviously in Philly, we just had like a major flooding, so like river flooding and all kinds of shit going on, and there was like a big ass dumpster that was floating down the river, and this guy on the news was like, "Oh, we just found footage of Ben Simmons getting out of Philly," and like it was a dumpster floating down the river. It was pretty hilarious. So nobody hates Philadelphia players more than the Philadelphia media. And when you give them ammunition like being an anti-vax moron like Carson Wentz, then yeah, that's what's going to happen, bro. So he's lucky that they take it easy on him in Indy. Oh, you missed the news clip? Well, when you leave this stream, make sure you go to YouTube and type in Ben Simmons news reporter or something, and you should be able to see it. Yep, Further AM, you saw it. Yeah. You know what, as a Sixers fan, I really don't like being laughed at, but he deserves it, bro. Like, Ben has not done anything. He has really let down like all the fans in a major way. I heard some moron did there was a video of that too. I saw that. Someone did a backflip and then in that nasty like it's shit brown nasty water. And he did a backflip into it. So it's kind of disgusting, bro. It's not kind of disgusting. It's very fucking disgusting. So people just don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. They're just out here being stupid. Oh, you're in Cali? That's what's up, bro. West Coast representing. Eagles fans all over the place. You don't just gotta be from Philly. The NBA really gave him rookie over the year over Mitchell. Yep. They did, but apparently there was a different definition of being a rookie than what most people define it as. So there was like a loophole. All right, guys. Anyway, I think we've been going for like about an hour now. It's getting late. I'm gonna sign off of here. Before I do, I want to give a shout out to everybody that came in. It was a really good stream. I just wanted to talk about some stuff with the Eagles, catch up with everyone. Like I said, I have some things in store. Gonna have hopefully a really, really good live stream with some fellow friends of mine this week, talking about what's going on with this Eagles and Falcons and matchup. So be on the lookout for that, guys. Please do. And also, if you guys don't mind dropping a like before you check out of here, if you guys didn't earlier, that would be greatly appreciated. And yeah, man, just like I said, I'm going to continue to work on my channel. Got to continue to put out the best content that I can. And keep this thing rolling, bro, because I feel like we're heading in a really good direction. So I would say I'm making a comeback, but it's just like LL Cool J. Don't call it a comeback. Like, I've been here. I had to deal with a lot of stuff, but I'm thankful that I was able to get to 1,400 subs. And we're going to keep climbing. So this thing would not work without all you guys. So I really appreciate it. And I will catch up with you guys again very soon. So take care, guys. Fly